Na 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 na, na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. What's up, guys? I'm DK Wrestler, and today is a brand new edition of This Week in Collectible News, talking about the world of different collectibles, whether it's Funko, Thrilljoy, or whatever the hell I want to talk about. And if you end up enjoying this type of content, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, but nonetheless, let's kick off this video, and we're kicking off by talking about Funmaker Inc., who had announced various upcoming Rocky Moto products during their panel at Anime Expo last weekend. Now, I did watch some of the clips that Funmaker Inc. posted of Tristan from Top Pops actually opening up, I believe it was like a Snoopy prototype. And as I'm looking through the photos right now on Instagram, there are some really awesome products like the Godzilla lineup that was teased, I believe, at WonderCon. So it's really awesome to see Funmaker Inc. actually get licensed IPs for the Rocky Moto figures, because I do feel that now these are going to be pretty popular. We have ourselves a first look of the Reese's Pieces box Funko Pop. Now, normally I don't look at first look things, but I thought I'd point out this was shared by us at MDK Collects. Really appreciate one of the big pages like Disc Trackers actually giving us a bit of a shout out here and giving us credit for this photo also. McFarlane Toys have announced a resin statue of Ozzy Osbourne. So not only was last weekend Anime Expo, but it was also the final performance of Ozzy Osbourne. And after seeing some clips, there definitely wasn't a dry eye in that arena when Ozzy Osbourne sang "Mama, I'm Coming Home for the Final Time." And this statue does look really awesome, more of a current day Ozzy Osbourne, but I really love the base involved also with the skull and the candles. We have ourselves a first look at the Funko HQ exclusive Godzilla that will be available early at Geek Fest 2025. And not gonna lie, there isn't really anything special. We've seen this mold multiple times in different colors. It's just another color they made for this specific mold. Funko announces appointment of Michael Lunsford as interim CEO. The appointment follows the departure of Cynthia Williams from her role as the company's chief executive officer, effective on the same date. So yeah, it's kind of been the talk of the news the last week of Cynthia Williams, who had literally just became the CEO of Funko, now relieved of her duties. Now, I don't really know the backstory behind this. I haven't watched videos from, let's say, Gazzlecast or K-Dog and Fish relating on this subject yet. And I feel like there definitely is a 50-50 on this situation, because some people are thinking, oh, they should have really given Cynthia Williams a chance to see if she can turn the company around with how little she's been with the company. But then I feel like people are rejoiced about this situation, because I believe Cynthia Williams was the reason why Magic the Gathering, a company that she was previously part of, had a downfall originally under her regime. This is where you guys definitely should sound off in the comments. Let me know your opinion about this whole Cynthia Williams situation. We got ourselves some Marvel Pops for Ironheart. Now, I believe this is the new Disney Plus series, which, like a lot of Disney Plus series as of late, I haven't really been able to watch, but the Pops are pretty cool, and I do like Ironheart from the Black Panther Wakanda Forever movie that she was a part of original. Drop It announced the next set of Funko NFTs, which are Thundercats Series 1. Now, this is a really cool set, and if you're a regular viewer of the channel, you may have realized that we never actually did a video on the West Coast Avengers set, but I actually am not sure yet if I'm actually going to do a video on this drop, but stay tuned. Thrilljoy have announced a Superman Pix that's limited to 9,999 pieces with a chase of Crypto and a super chase of Lex Luthor. I really like the approach that Thrilljoy is going with their figures, where not only is there one chase, but there are two chases, and especially with each of the chases, they are of different characters for the most part. It's not just taking that mold and then just adding a different color change or a specification change, kind of like what Funko likes to do a lot of times. U2s have announced figures for Don't Starve. Now, I do think that these figures are pretty cool. I know a little bit of Don't Starve. I think I've seen some clips of it, but nonetheless, these are pretty cool. Funko had an Amazon Prime Day sale this past week, which I'm not surprised. Not only did Funko have an Amazon Prime Day sale, but also Tubbs, that we've talked about on the channel quite a bit, have also had an Amazon Prime Day sale, but only available in the UK and Germany versions of the Amazon website. Mainly because I believe Tubbs is based in the UK, so it makes sense that it would be only in those regions. We have various Funko Pops announced, with Skull Bob from Bob's Burgers, Joey from Friends, a new Tom and Jerry, Only Murders in the Building, Reba, and a new Bubbles from Powerpuff Girls. Now, for the most part, these are okay, but the one figure I'm definitely going to be talking about is that Skull Bob from Bob's Big Boy. What amazing detail on this, and not gonna lie, ad icons have been lackluster as of late, but this may be one of the best ad icon pops we've had in the last couple of years now. We got ourselves some various pops from NFL, NHL, MLS, and one pop from Ghost. And although I don't know too much about NFL, and I don't know actually a lot about Ghost, not gonna lie, but the highlight in my opinion of this set are new mascot pops, not only from the NFL, but we also have an NHL pop from the Seattle Kraken. I can't pronounce the name of that mascot, but I am so ecstatic that we actually have an NHL mascot pop for the first time since the last wave that had like Carlton the Bear, Youppi from the Montreal Canadiens. We got ourselves some 4-inch Disney holiday pops along with pocket pops. Yeah, I don't really know what to say considering I'm not really a fan of the princesses and holiday pops at the same time. Speaking of holiday pops, we got some Marvel holiday pops along with a set of Marvel Strange Tale pops. Now I remember when these Strange Tale pops got leaked originally, I was really excited with the prospect because there are characters that I believe have never been transformed into pops before. Funko have announced pops for the anime Kaiju number 8. Once again, I don't really know much about Kaiju number 8 because it is an anime, and so I don't really focus much on anime, but there are some pretty detailed pops. We got ourselves some pops for the movie Prey, which I believe is more of a sequel to Predator, if I'm not mistaken, and some people that I follow on Instagram claim that this is actually like the best of the Predator series. We got ourselves a new wave of Star Trek pops. Once again, pretty cool set of pops. It's not often that we actually have Star Trek pops, unlike Star Wars. Target this week had a few sales on Funko Pops where it's buy two, get one free, and 40% off Funko Pops. Now, I'm sure for some reason that you can't do both of these at the same time, but it would actually be insane if you can get buy two, get one free, and then add 40% on top of that. Thrilljoy have announced some San Diego Comic-Con exclusives including Batman, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, Chucky, Space Ghost, The Mummy, The Thing, The Munsters, The $6 Million Man, Garbage Pail Kids, She-Ra, and some pixel figures for Scott Pilgrim vs. the World and their mascot Blue, along with some new mascots for the company. Once again, I have nothing bad to say about Thrilljoy, unlike I think a lot of us were saying bad things last year with the panoramic pics. I feel like very soon I should do a video about potentially how Thrilljoy might end up being a better company than Funko overall. If you guys want to see some sort of video like that, let me know down below. Pokemon have announced the next Elite Trainer box, which is Mega Evolution. I guess that's cool. I don't really know too much about Pokemon, but I know it is a huge popular thing and definitely had to be mentioned in the series. U2s have announced a figure for Ghost of Tsushima. Pretty cool looking figure, but I don't know too much about this video game, I believe it is, because I think Funko did do a pop a few years back on this also. Lego have announced a Soundwave set for Transformers. This thing is actually like one of the coolest collectibles of 2025 because not only is it a Lego set, but there actually is sound that's going to be included in this. I have nothing bad to say about this. This is phenomenal. Target have announced some exclusive Hello Kitty pops. Oh my god, I'm so done with Hello Kitty at this point. And last but not least, before the usual top 5 list of this video, U2s had announced figures for Dark Souls. Once again, I don't know too much about Dark Souls, even though I think it's a video game, maybe it's a movie. I don't exactly remember, but these are some really cool figures. Today, I wanted to give a shout out to Sentinel 107. And the reason that they ended up getting a shout out is because they joined our YouTube channel membership, which only cost $1.99 a month. Not only do you get the shout out, but you do get lots of other perks, including early access to every single video and shorts that we produce on this channel. So definitely consider joining our YouTube channel membership. It will be greatly appreciated and will go a long way of helping out this channel a lot, so definitely consider it. But let's get right back to the video. Now we're gonna go to that top 5 list. Kicking off with number 5 is the Skull Bob from Bob's Big Boy. Like I mentioned earlier, not only is this a really cool figure, but probably the best ad icons pop we've had in the last couple of years now. Coming in at number 4 on my list is the Seattle Kraken's mascot for the NHL lineup. I'm so excited for the prospect of more NHL mascot pops, and I hope this isn't the end. I hope that we see more NHL mascots box coming very soon instead of waiting multiple years. Coming in at number 3 is the Scott Pilgrim versus the World Pix figures. Yeah, this is really awesome, and once again, it goes with the theme of 2 chases, especially when it's Nega Scott as the chase, but then you have a completely different character with Envy Adams as the super chase. Coming in at number 2 on my list is the McFarlane Toys resin statue of Ozzy Osbourne. And then coming in at number 1 on my list is the Soundwave Lego set from Transformers. Once I found out that there was actually sound added to this Lego kit, there was no way that any other collectible this week was going to top that.